No, that's wrong. Dixie Diamonds 267. Mets 12:34 a.m. Dixie, Australia 9:34 a.m. Balloony, continuing to view the world through Richard Kelball, finds ourselves standing directly behind handcuffed hacker David Jones to his left and Ada Lovelace to his right. Peter Norton, continuing his role as videographer of the assault on 13 Vulture, in addition to his role as legal representation for Jones, stood on the far left with video camera running, while Chief Prosecutor Edmund Barton stood on the far right. "All right, girlie," Jones Hydra sneered. "Let's see how you do with your claim of being able to follow simple directions. Since we're here in person, all you have to do is log in, and then we can access Gethsemane," he said slowly. Continuing to speak patronizingly slow, he said, "The password is," before rattling off, "V31ROTPMETAEVAC at lightning speed. Got it?" he asked with a sneer. Rather than replying verbally, Lovelace's fingers danced across the keyboard as she typed the 14-character alphanumeric password, hit enter, then asked, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's got no imagination at all? Buyer beware and 13V, how clever." "Look at you," Jones said, nodding his head. "You do know your donkey from your dongle. All right, just hit play." Brentsy's so cocky he figured no one would ever be able to get around his Jane Ross. "Oh, by the by, Barton, if you're planning to do a psychological profile on good old BCB, check out his poetry to Jane Ross, the real Jane Ross, that is. He's written scores to her, lamenting his unrequited love and how he will have her, plus some fantasy pieces about exactly where and how he'll have her if you get more meaning. Do you know who the real Ross is? A former student of his he's still hot and heavy for. Disgusting perv." "Jones," Kelbar said, "shut up. Though you are reprehensible, you're far from indispensable. Focus on the work or the deal's off." The computer screen showed a bird's eye view of Brentsy's study, with Brentsy sitting in one overstuffed chair with De Rosière sitting in another facing him. A label that said Gethsemane and bore the date of 26/1/98 obscured much of the scene, but once Lovelace hit play, the two men came to life and the label disappeared, giving a clear view of the room accompanied by audio. Though the bird's-eye view camera angle was far from ideal, the contrast between Brentsy's placid demeanor and De Rosière's agitation was inescapable. From his relaxed position, Brentsy asked, Are you suggesting that I've somehow created a product similar to your flying balloons, your Revlon Do? How and why would I do such a thing? That is exactly what I wish to know. My Revlon Do are top secret and very valuable, and they must not fall into the wrong hands. I know that my computer has been hacked by someone who was in my home at the time you were there, which I am sorry to say makes you a prime suspect. Brentsy smiled, stood, and said, "Hacked your computer. My area of expertise is in theology, not computer science. What would make you suspect me?" Steeping his fingers below his chin, De Rosière said, "Quite a number of things, but opportunity, means, and motive are all involved. My work consumes me. It is my primary motivation, and the reward I receive when advancing my field is intrinsic. This is relevant, as it explains how infrequently I entertain in my home. You are a rare exception to this. Since your arrival in June, I dare say you have graced my home more frequently than all other staff members combined, which provides you with ample opportunity." "That's fascinating," smirking, Brentsy said. "The fact that I'm your most frequent guest, but what does that have to do with hacking your system? Hackers don't have to be present in order to access your files. With the World Wide Web, they can infiltrate from anywhere." "Thank you for explaining the wonders of the WWW, Rosière replied, adding, "I did not know this," punctuating his sarcasm with a condescending eye roll. "As my work has national security implications, I am required to keep top-secret files on a separate computer, one that is not connected to the web. Whoever hacked my computer did so in person in my home. And because I'm your most frequent visitor, I'm a suspect? Is that it, or is it xenophobia?" "Xenophobia? Your logic is that of a theologian," De Rosière said. "Like you, I am a stranger in this strange land. Why would I dislike an American more than an Australian? I like and dislike people based upon how they treat others and, admittedly, how they process the world. There is no denying that I prefer those who employ fact-based reasoning over superstition, but I do not find Americans either more or less superstitious than Australians, nor the French for that matter. No, someone entered my home and hacked my computer, and I believe it was you. That's ridiculous. To what end? I am a theology professor, not an international spy, Brency said, shaking his head and rising from his seat. Pardon me one moment. If you give me a minute, I have something I'm certain will persuade you. May I? You may, de Rosière replied. Thank you, a tight-lipped, nostrils flaring, Brency said, before bowing slightly and walking towards the door. I'll just be a moment, he added as he left the room and closed the door. True to his words, Brency returned very soon. He entered, however, via a concealed door behind de Rosière. Approaching his mentor silently from behind with a heavy cast-iron skillet, he made his way to de Rosière, lifted the skillet high, and brought it smashing down on the professor's head.